Hey friends, I figured out something recently that is really been helpful to me. I wanted to share with you guys today how I've done this, okay? So basically what I did was, I really think, based on all my research, that it's really important to keep the hip joint moving when it's compromised, and I think it's important to keep the synovial fluid turning over. That helps keep the inflammation down. That's scientifically proven, and helps the synovium interact with the synovial fluid to exchange nutrients and get rid of toxins. Okay, but obviously, you know, when we got hip pain, we don't feel like walking. The last thing we feel like doing is moving our hip joint, right? So to that end, I did hire a CPM machine for a month, and I've been trying to sleep in it, and that's why I'm a doughy cow, because I'm so overtired, because I'm just not having much success at sleeping successfully in the CPM machine. But anyway, but the other thing that I figured out is, like, you know, some people say, yeah, an upright exercise bike is really good, but I found that that it was hurting my labral. It was hurting my labrum at the front, where my labrum is macerated, is the word that the most recent doctor that reviewed my scans said. So yeah, it was really hurting it. So what I did was, okay, so I'm going to tell you that this stationary bike is an old piece of crap, right? Like, it was given to my stepfather, and then he tried to modify it for me, and he got grease all over it, and like, neither of us have tried to clean it off. I mean, it really is due for the dump, but it's really good. And so, you know, just please excuse the way it looks. So my objective was, because, you know, even if the stationary bike actually worked okay, just to sit on it and do nothing else for, like, for example, 2 hours a day, like on zero resistance, it's like really inefficient in terms of time, you know, useful time, you know what I mean, apart from helping the joint. So so I've got a setup where I can use my stationary bike that has been modified at the computer. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so this is the general setup, okay, before I get into the details. So you can see that my stepfather's built me a really high desk, okay, and all that would cost $15 at the dump shop, and he's just, yeah, made me a desk that I can sit on the stationary bike and work on my computer while I'm doing stationary bike. So this is the old beater. But the thing I like about this stationary bike is, see how the seat goes back, like, at a really good angle. So I just really like that angle for how it feels when I actually get on it and pedal. But anyway, the key important thing to what helps not hurt my labral tear when I'm on this bike is, oh, you can see all the grease, and like I said, it's falling apart. But anyway, let's just ignore all that. So what my stepfather did was, he took, see, that's the normal crank arm length, but even on the highest setting, like putting the seat up as high as possible, it was still, like I said, hurting my labral tear. So so what my stepfather did was, we got this bike we paid $5 for, right? And he cut off the crank arms, and he made them really short, okay, and then he welded them onto the crank arms that were there. So it means I lift my knee lower, you know, and so it doesn't impinge on my labral. My femur is no longer impinging on my labrum when I pedal. So, and the other thing I do is I pedal backwards, and like, there's no resistance, okay? So it's not really it's not an exercise. It's just, the objective is to keep the joint moving and nourished, and the blood, you know, and the fluids, you know, turning over. So yeah, I find when I pedal backwards, again, it doesn't hurt the labrum as much, and it also doesn't, it seems to disengage my iliopsoas muscles a lot more, because I don't want them to become overreactive with too much stationary biking. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'll give you a demo of what this actually looks like in practice, and yeah, how it works. Alrighty, so I actually step up this side, because I just find it, because the worst pain is on the left hip, okay? The worst of the two labrums is the left one. So yeah, so I just get on it, pull the desk closer, and see I pedal backwards like this, and I can literally work, and see I'm just turning very slowly. So I'm just keeping that hip joint moving, and I can literally like work on the computer for hours in a day. Because, you know, before when I was just sitting on my chair, it was just crap because my hip would hurt so much and it wasn't moving. But now it's actually really good to work on the computer. And I actually feel like I'm getting a lot of benefit from working on the computer for my hip. So yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Just in case anyone else has got a handyman that could help you do a setup like that. Okay, well thanks for watching. I'll see you later.